We'll begin with the invocation. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you again for this day. Thanks for the opportunity to do the work of the city. We ask that you give us guidance as we press forward with the business that we can do and that we can't. Allow us to continue on when we can. In your name, we pray. Amen. This afternoon, we have the meeting minutes. Are there any questions about the meeting minutes as presented to you today? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
Motion.
The motion to approve the minutes, is there a second?
Second.
The motion by Councilwoman Ball, second by Councilman Lewis. Is there any other discussion? Not all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
And the pen chair ayes have it, and the motion carries. We have first up on our ordinances. We have 4 ordinances that deal directly with the establishment of elected officials. So the first one that we have is the ordinance establishing salaries for the 2025, 2020 through 2029 election cycle. The ordinance should be in front of you. An ordinance that hereby be it ordained by the city of Adamsville, Alabama, as follows: that the salary of the mayor of the city of Adamsville, Alabama, shall be hereby fixed at a sum of $1,200 per month. That each council member shall be compensated the sum of $400 per meeting attended, not to exceed $800 per month. In parentheses or in quotations, the mayor and council are required to attend both meetings to receive a full check. If a meeting is missed, it can be made up by attending a meeting concerning the city of Aliceville, such as chamber meeting, IDB, which is industrial board, library board, etc. This ordinance shall become effective on the first Monday of November 2025 and shall continue in force and effect until repealed by action of the council. Section 4, the provisions of this ordinance are hereby declared servable if any of this portion of this ordinance shall be held unconstitutional or otherwise invalid by a court of competent jurisdiction. Such ruling shall not affect the remaining portions of the ordinance. This has to be done every time the new council comes in. We have to set what the salary will be. It doesn't affect the current salaries at all. As far as what the current council and mayor are making now, this will go into effect for the next people that get elected. The change from this year to last year is across the board, a $300 increase across the board for everybody. So subtract what does on there, that's $300. That's what they currently make, $500 for council members and 12. That's actually on this print. Yeah, well, actually, it's supposed to be $1,500 for the mayor, but it said 12, but $1,500 for the mayor. So strike that, and then and $800 for the council. $300 across the board. Well, $300 increase. So 5. We split the difference. So if you don't attend the meeting, you get half for the. Like now, if I don't attend something throughout the month, I don't get all the portion. I got to go to something like council. On the meeting, no. I'm saying like the $400 per, well, the $1,200 was currently there. I didn't add it. I need to add that and change that to $1,500. But that's wrong. So just strike from there. Put $1,500 per month instead of $1,200.
But just raising that is $300.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, just that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's $300, and then the council members are raised from $500 to $800. That's correct.
We've got 4 days.
So $400 per meeting because it's half. You get half for the each meeting you get half of the amount. So if you're in there for one meeting currently, you get half of your check, so you get $250. If you're there for both meetings, then you get the full $500, and that's before tax. Am I making sense? Work session, work session count, board, industrial board meeting, zoning meeting, those type of things. Chamber of Commerce meeting, Rotary Club, anything dealing with Adamsville, even if it's a meeting that we have that's impromptu, it counts. It was designed in the past, Mr. Wilder explained it, if he was here. There was a time where council members and or mayor wouldn't come to the meetings. And so that's why they established that two meetings. You gotta attend 2 meetings in a month in order to attend part of receive your compensation. Any other question about it?
So with the way you got it, thank you.
I can change it. I can just put $800 per month and then be cool with it. I just was using this guy and make it easy. Is that better? That's better.
The way you saying this, going forward. You see what I'm saying?
Before me,
400.
I know what you're saying.
oh, okay,
I
I
know
see
what
what
you're
you're saying. I
saying.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So we can just change it, and I use the guidance that the league gave us. So I can
Okay.
change. I can change it and just put each council member shall be compensated $800 per month. Does that sound simple? That work better? Okay, let's do that. May I borrow your pen?
And if the rule is to make both meetings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like now.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Each council member shall be compensated at the sum of $800, not to exceed $800. That work? And then change the other one to 15. Thank you. Any questions about this? All right. Is there a motion on the floor to approve the ordinance establishing the monthly salary of mayor and council members?
Make a motion.
There's a motion, a second. Motion and second on the floor. All those in favor, let it know by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Nay.
What'd you vote for? Okay. Independent chair, the ayes have it, and motion carries.
I want it to be noted that Councilman McGill thinks that's not a great way to, use our current funds.
The vote is noted on the record that 3 to 1. Councilwoman Gillum was against. Good. All right.
Wow. First,
One, 3,
second.
4, and 1 against. All right. Item number 2, ordinance establishing procedure for the appointment of additional election officials to receive, count, and return absentee ballots. That is be it ordained that the City Council of Adamsville, Alabama, as follows: at the time of all other election officials are appointed pursuant to law, there shall be appointed 3 additional election officials who shall meet on the day of the election at the place and hour as provided for all election officials for the purpose of receiving, counting, and returning the absentee ballots cast in the election. The absentee election officials appointed pursuant to this ordinance shall be, in addition to other election officials required by law, and shall be appointed in the same manner as other election officials. Section 3, when the absentee election officials are appointed pursuant to this ordinance, one of them shall be designated as the inspector. Section 4, this ordinance shall remain into effect until repealed by a subsequent ordinance at least 6 months prior to an election. Section 5, the ordinance is adopted pursuant to Section 114627 of the Alabama Code of 1975 and shall be effective in all elections, both general and special, for aforesaid offices from and after the date of adoption. This is the process of election of officers under populations of 10,000. We'll get a motion to approve this ordinance.
Make a motion.
There's a motion in a second. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Any opposed? Independent chair, the ayes have it. The motion carries. Item number 3, ordinance establishing qualifying fees for the August 26, 2025 election. Ordinance setting qualification fees. An ordinance being ordained by the City Council of Aliceville, Alabama as follows. A qualification fee in the amount of $25 is hereby fixed and imposed upon all candidates seeking election as mayor of the City of Aliceville, except hereinafter provided for. A qualification in the fee amount of $25 is hereby fixed and imposed upon all candidates seeking as council member of the City of Aliceville, except hereinafter provided for. Such qualifications shall be paid to the city clerk and deposited to the general fund of the city at or prior to the time of taking out qualification papers by such candidate. Section 4, any person desiring to qualify who is not financially able to pay the required fee may provide a prospective candidate furnishes the clerk, provided such a prospective candidate furnishes the clerk with an affidavit stating that he is financially unable to pay the fixed fee by this ordinance. Section 5, this ordinance is adopted pursuant to section 1146-2 of the Alabama Code of 1975 and shall be effective in all elections, both general and special, for aforesaid offices from and after the date of adoption. There are motions to approve the qualifying fees is $25. Motion and second. Any discussion? Not all those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any opposed? Seeing the chair, the ayes have it. Motion carries. Now we have a resolution. It says ordinance, but it has to be a resolution establishing the use of electronic counting devices. State of Alabama, Pickens County, City of Aliceville. Resolution, whereas Chapter 7 of Title 17 of the Alabama Code of 1975 and the regulations adopted pursuant to thereto by the Alabama Electronic Voting Committee provide for the use of electronic voting counting systems. Whereas Section 17-7-21 Code of the Alabama Code of 1975 provides that a municipality may, in its discretion by adoption of an appropriate resolution, authorize, adopt, and direct the use of electronic vote counting systems for use in all elections held in such municipality. Now, therefore, be it resolved that by the City Council of the City of Aliceville that for all elections held subsequent to the passage of this resolution, the use of DS-200 and the Express Poll Voter Assessment Machine, a system which complies with the Section 17-7-21 of the Code of Alabama and any regulations adopted pursuant hereto, is hereby authorized for reporting, counting, and tabulating of any and all election results. Be it further resolved that the mayor of the City of Aliceville is hereby directed to file a copy of this resolution with the Secretary of State as provided in Section 17-7-21 of the Code of Alabama 1975. Is there a motion to accept the resolution on the file, on the floor? There's a motion, there's a second. Motion and second. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? In the chair, ayes have it. Motion carries. On to new business. Item number 1, buy franchise agreement. Every 3 years, telecommunications companies have to report to cities and have a new electronic, or not electronic, but a new franchising agreement. Buy broadband as well as Brightspeed and any other telecommunication company that comes through the city of Aliceville has to have a franchise agreement. Currently, they have to give 6% of their total profits back to the city as their tax. They don't have a tax per se, but the federal law allows us to get 6% of their income. This resolution is the same, this franchise agreement is the same one as we did 3 years ago. At one point, I think we were paying, they were just giving us maybe 2 or 3%, but we upped it to the maximum amount. So I recommend that we keep it at the maximum amount of 6% allotted by the law. Is there a motion to?
Make a motion.
All right, the motion is there a second. Any more discussion? Not all those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Any opposed? Then the chair's ayes have it. The motion carries. Item number 2, park concession stand. Park concession stand. So we're at that time of year where we review the park concession stand. I have reached out to the 2 entities that we offered to first, which is Aliceville High School and the Aliceville Youth Baseball. They both are gonna let me know as soon as they if they want to accept it. If Aliceville High School doesn't accept it, it goes to the youth baseball league. If they don't accept it, then we'll put it out for bids as always. I would like for us to make a motion that if we don't get a yes from either Aliceville High School first or the Aliceville Baseball League second, that we go ahead, and they should be giving me some by the end of the week, that we go ahead and put it out for bid and announce it as soon as it's available and posted on our website as well as at City Hall and on Facebook. So that way we don't waste any time.
When's the school supposed to let you know?
I'm hoping they let me know by the end of the week. So next, we'll put it in the next week's paper. We got the next. Yeah, we got it. Is that okay to do that? Are we good to do that? All right. It doesn't require a vote. We just want to make sure that that's stated for the record. The next thing is item number 3, which is that's this. All right, item number 3, which is project TAQ PNU-TA 25906 sidewalk improvement project along 3rd Avenue Northeast from 1st Street Northeast to 6th Street Northeast. This is another TAP grant that we applied for and we received. It's a TAP grant in the amount of about $700 and some odd thousand. There is matching funds that are required, just as it was with the previous project that we have done. But the good news is that we don't have to put up, but I want to say about $100,000, and they'll be putting up almost $800,000. So that matching money comes from the city. This is a resolution that we have to pass in order to partnership with the Alabama Department of Transportation, and the resolution reads as follows. It was similar to the other part that we did. The sections that we're talking about is from the spot where they stopped, and they're gonna continue all the way down to 6th Street. So they'll be going like towards the post office way. Redoing some sidewalks, and we know there's some spots there that need some issues. That's why we've been holding off, because we were hoping to get this grant. So we got it. So it's time to pay the pipe and do this resolution. The resolution reads as follows. I try to read it as fast as possible. The resolution be it resolved, resolution number 25. I'm not sure. I think it's probably gonna be 25-1, but if it's not, then we'll come back to it. Be it resolved by the city of Aliceville as follows: that the city enter into an agreement with the state of Alabama acting by and through the Department of Transportation relating to a project for sidewalk improvements along 3rd Avenue Northeast from 1st Street Northeast to 6th Street Northeast. Project TAPNU-TA 25906 CPMS reference number 1000. I'm sorry, 1000, not 79541 and 10007942, which agreement is before this council, and that the agreement to be executed in the name of the city by the mayor for and on his behalf, and that it be attested by the city clerk and the official seal, bless you, of the city of Alice. The official seal of the city be affixed thereto, Be it further resolved that upon the completion of this executed agreement by all parties, that a copy of such agreement be kept on file by the city. I, the undersigned, qualified, acting as clerk. This is Danique Sportsman, City of Aliceville, do hereby certify that the above foregoing is a true and original true copy of a resolution lawfully passed and adopted by the city named therein at a regular meeting of such council held on the 12th day of February 2025, and that such resolution is on file in the city clerk's office. There are motions to accept the resolution. All right, motion is made. There's a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Any opposed? Being the chair, ayes have it. The next steps on this project will be having a bid meeting and putting it out for bid. As soon as it gets out for bid, we will bring it back and make a notification, just like we did for the previous project, and go from there. Item number 4, playground equipment. We received a grant to get some playground equipment. And the grant will cover the cost of the playground equipment, and an extra $1,000. The cost of the playground equipment is $49,000. So, it ain't cheap. So we're looking to hopefully get it done and ordered, but we want to make sure that we put it on our, actually $48,000. But we want to put it on the agenda so that way it's known that it's going to be purchased. Is there any questions about that? The old playground spot. Yeah, we talked about the old. We're gonna try it. I'm glad you brought that up because that's part of new business. Unless anybody got more questions about playground.
To clarify, in the same location at the park.
Yes. The swings will stay. The equipment will be taken away. So we're gonna take the swings up, and then it'll have new bedding. It's not gonna be the same chip. It's gonna be some different types of. The house that the city took on and tore down, we did not receive a grant for it. The council knows this, but I'm just making the general public aware. We use this out of some of our own capital funds to take care of this because it's been a long road with it. We originally tried to purchase the property. There wasn't a purchaser to make the purchase. So we had to go through the legal matters of tearing the house down because it needed to be tore down. And legally we went through our options to do that. The next portion to put up this property is we're in the process of tabulating how much it costs the city of Aliceville to tear this house down. Right now it's going to be somewhere in that. Of course, everyone knows the cost of the tear down itself was $3,500. The cost of the paperwork with the attorney has to be factored in. Manpower on our side has to be factored in, and then the legal paperwork that we've already done has to be factored in. So you're looking at probably somewhere we're in about $7,000 to $8,000, probably easy. Once you put all that in, what the next step is after that has been tabulated, a letter it will be given to us in a letter from our building inspector about, hey, this is how much was spent. Then that property can go up for bid, but it has to start at that price that we put into it. So if it's $8,000, then the bidding price will have to start at $8,000 and then go up from there. And that's the legal way in order to put it out for bid. The city can bid for the property if we so desire. So the council can consider a number once we adjourn, and we can put a sealed bid in just like everybody else. And then those sealed bids will be opened up, and that person will get the property if they so desire. There is a 3-year window where if that person or persons who claim the property come back and say that they own it, they can get that property back, but they will have to pay what was put into that property. Anybody got any questions?
You know, when when they gonna when they gonna mark it off? Cause you know, we talked about it before about the people parked on the city property.
Yes,
You know, the cars will be towed.
yes.
You know, I was just trying to see when you gonna mark it off.
So there's some temporary fence, the yellow, orange temporary fence.
Yeah.
They don't have any in town, so we gotta reach out and get some, probably in Columbus. I guess they probably got some on customers. And then we'll mark it there, and the police officer gonna put some, no trespassing.
So the city, the property go from the light pole at the road.
I-
Cause you know, you got some people parking in the center where the light pole go to the back. You
Right,
don't wanna try to get this pulled them by the car, if they ain't.
No.
If the property ain't too far over to the left.
right. So the property, the sidewalk is not considered part of the property.
You know, I'm talking about
So,
the driveway, you
right.
got two sidewalks going down.
so on one side of the pole is the property, the other side I think is not. But like I said, we'll get it before it gets sold. It has to get surveyed, so we can probably. But I can look on the map with an app, and it'll kind of pinpoint where your lines are. But that shouldn't be too big.
So right now, it's good if they park over there.
Well, right now they don't nobody, because I don't want nobody to get hurt.
I told them that.
Yeah, you did right. That's good. That's right. We don't want nobody to get hurt. There's some, you get stuck over there and all kinds of stuff. So, long story short, we want to try to keep, because if somebody buys it, that'll be theirs. Hopefully we can get it as a city and turn it into a drink space. That's our goal, but we got to go through the legal way to do it. Any other questions about that one? All right, accounts payable. Any questions about the bill that's presented to you in your pack? If there are no accounts payable, I entertain a motion to approve the bill that's presented to you today. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second to pay the bills. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Any opposed? Depending the chair, ayes have it. The motion carries. We'll have a police department report from Officer Wesley. He's filling in for chief. He's at the chief conference in Montgomery right now.
I think the city council has calculated already. Post report for January 2025 had 6 arrests, 2 DUIs, 2 theft of properties, 6 BOEs that were reported. Fortunately, following that night, followed by 18 and 20. The rest of them want to report. They won't be bothered with it. 2 disorderly conduct, rape harassment, 1 attempted to elude, 1 criminal trespass, 1 innocent arrest, 1 chemical endanger of a child, 1 drug paraphernalia, 1 domestic violence.
So, the court is tomorrow, right?
Yes.
All right. So if you got a ticket, court is tomorrow. Is there any question about street department?
Nothing.
On our street department side, we were limited in what we picked up today, but we'll finish up tomorrow. It was a little wet, and I sent the guys out. They picked up most everything, but they'll pick up what's not picked up on tomorrow. I think it's 1 or 2 spots on the west side that was not taken care of. That will take care of you. Chief Jones.
On the fire side, we had a total of 40 calls for the month of January. There was a total of 4 accidents, 28 ambulance calls, 3 grass fires, 1 structure fire, 1 alarm call, 1 gas leak, and then 1 lift assist. I just want to remind the public, whenever we're working accidents or any type of scene with law enforcement, if trucks are across the road, they're across the road for a reason. Don't drive up the accident, you go to another minus the company, you can't get through. Also, too, with civilians walking across the road, I strongly express, please stay out of the roadway, stay on your side, don't try to come over unless an officer or fireman escort your car, because that's how people can get. We worked one Sunday where we was taking the care away from the patient because we're trying to keep people from walking across the roadway. So just please kind of stay out of stay out of the road, stay to the side. If we have to come get you, we'll come get you. But, it's too much crowding up on that street. Another thing tonight, just be mindful of what the police, storm shelters and everything are open. There's one near the Allisville Elementary School, and then there's one right here behind City Hall at the public library. And also, if those two filled up, we will have an overflow at the National Guard Army. Question for council in there?
Thank you, sir. Chamber report on March the 4th, we'll have our chamber banquet. So I encourage you to attend our chamber banquet. It will be held at the museum, I believe. So looking forward to that. Again, that's gonna be on March the 4th, the first Tuesday in next month. Parks and Rec.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
We still have drum cardio on Mondays from 5:30 to 6:30. It's sponsored by the Watch Program of West Alabama University, and we have basketball fundamentals for ages 5 to 10. We also have dance workout on Thursdays, and we currently have West African dance classes as well. We're working on having a phlebotomy class come here in the month of March. Feel free to come by either the City Hall or the National Guard to speak to me, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And the instructor is available too at any time after the meeting. Thank you. Oh, and remember, the gala is this weekend. Tickets are available still here at City Hall for $15. Thank you.
All right, thanks for that report. Does anyone in our audience have anything? Museum. Oh, I don't have anything on museum. And Mr. Sanders, you have anything on? I would think Mr. Sanders, I know he does it because he wants to. I know he has a lot that he doesn't have to do it, but I appreciate the work that he does. We were in a meeting about 2 or 3 hours yesterday on some stuff, and it's a lot of footwork. He don't get paid, but I definitely want to shout him out because that's a lot of work, and I appreciate you. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Just want to know what the status is of the recycling, and if it's not coming back, what is the nearest place that we can go to drop off recycling?
So as far as our sanitation side, they hadn't been inclined to do it. I don't foresee it happening with this group right now. That may in the future, but right now I don't see that. Where you can go that does accept recycling is Tuscaloosa. They have their own waste facilities plant where they do renewable stuff and boxes and all that type of stuff. But as of right now, we don't have anything like that in Pickens County. Or the capability to do it right now. What type of waste were you generating?
And newspapers, old papers,
So paper products, maybe?
absolutely bottles,
Okay.
plastic bottles.
Plastic, paper, and plastic cans. All right. Yes, ma'am. Nothing good. Oh, yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I got an issue with the officers running the stop sign. If everybody got to abide by the rules and regulations of the road, everyone should.
Agreed. Absolutely. And if you give me out the council meeting, you let me know who it is. If you know who it is, then I'll address it directly myself. It's not a problem. It's not. You gonna say? Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm good, you got, system, water, cans, ball of trash, and hand straws and stuff, drum, so the water ain't running in, from first season all the way down to the earth. And then, on the sidewalk, where they got this rain system where the water in. And then, thing about the, like the I went over the thing and told me that somebody stole 2 sewing machines. They used to 2 sewing machines and somebody cut the cord on it.
When did that?
I don't know, they just told me they just said they just people on
All right, that's fine. They, Miss Felicia, I know she's not over there now. She's gonna do a good job about letting us know. Miss, have you heard anything?
But Tina Morgan, she wasn't there today.
No.
it. No, they was told me that. Hey,
So they don't have any sewing machines. So Tina is the
she said,
coordinator for, because now it's under Pickens County Community Action. So Tina Morgan is the coordinator over the senior program. So she's been coming down. She wasn't there today. Okay, I'll talk to her.
She said that she had 3.
So they're missing
Two.
two other, those were least, okay, 2 sewing machines.
Yes.
Okay.
In the foot room?
I did right down in the kitchen.
Okay,
Okay, I'll let,
we'll talk about
okay,
it. If you need to, you know,
all right.
Chris said about the ditches, all the ditches. Honestly, they're never an obvious problem. I mean, you can look at them and tell they're filled with stuff, but now they're a problem.
right.
The big problem here.
Yeah, on the hill is the, and a big thing on the hill is the trees that have grown up. Right behind Terry's house is a big tree that comes
Yeah.
back there. And so, some of the problem can be fixed as far as digging out and taking out trash. But some of the problem is gonna require excavating. We can take that fine straw.
Yeah, so we can at least do what we can do.
Yeah, we can do,
because-
right. Cause we are in a flood zone and
Well, I had to get the light pole normal street light out.
Yeah.
Up in, I don't know the area. You get the same ditch, come up here, come back down.
okay,
You know, when, a few months ago, there was a ditch.
Yeah.
On Frank Corner Road.
a street light right before that.
Yeah, his dog in the neighborhood.
Okay, we'll get that.
I get it tomorrow.
and Susie? Susie normally does pretty good.
You gotta fly it for them.
Yeah.
Like, take
What
some
time?
tape.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll get the tape tied up.
I have a number, but the last time we took it, got a number on the phone.
That can work.
Might have
But
to
it's
go
not
with
one of
it.
them with the painters.
I'll mark it with some yellow. That sound like one.
I had it here, but
This takes a little bit to get, that's no problem.
Just only on, 17th Street, I know they have a lot of problems with, trash. It is full of trash coming off of Columbus and making that right. Yeah, like you're coming from Columbus when you turn in, I just noticed, just so much trash. It is mainly on the right side of the road. They're throwing whether a whole bush of
Behind the sign.
that hedge bush is going down to the railroad track. And when we get on down a little bit, it's not as bad, but it is, I mean, I looked at it the other day, before the rain came in, it's just junky.
We'll get it squared up. Yes. Yes.
from the golf course to the school zone.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday, I went to field working, they were speeding through the neighborhood too fast. They go for semi truck and all. So we can have an officer in the neighborhood. Yeah, they posted it before.
What's the time?
It's 14.
What time frame? In the morning time?
No, probably in the evening time, you know.
So 3:30, 3:45, or 3:45 about 4:15. Over time they get it
You know,
going.
just like the other day, I came out in the truck, students in there. I thought we were supposed to have an officer in the school zone with nobody in there. School bus got to wait, but they didn't.
But typically we do, I do drop off in the morning time and they're there. If they have a call, then they obviously won't be there. But 80% of the time they there, unless they want to call. And that's it, if it's something that you see, reach out to them and we'll knock it out there. We'll give some close attention to that area, Mr. Wesley.
You know, the young lady live in that area, they got, when they're bagging out, they take a chance to get a car, cause an accident, cause it's a dog area in there. You know, right there where you turn a little bit,
Before the golf course.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. That's all the one. Yeah. All right, anything else? As far as trash, what I encourage people to do is, and this does work, if you see somebody, and I know everybody's scared to tell everybody, but hey, that's just what it is. Somebody's seeing something. So if you see somebody throwing paper out the window, all you gotta do is take their picture when you see it, send it to 205-399-5514, and we will get them taken care of. Okay? Now again, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna know about what happened. It don't mean that we're gonna report to you that they took Terrence and find it. But it will get addressed. And the people who do send me stuff, it has gotten addressed before. It happened on Baptist Line, somebody threw out something and had their name on the paper. And we took care of it. So you know what I'm saying? So that being said, if we don't get it, we can't do nothing about it. But we will place some more attention to it, to that as well. So help us if you Chief John, you got something?
We're still operating on the text, the anonymous text line.
We've had the anonymous tip line up for 3 years, and we got 2 tips. So we're not paying for it anymore, because nobody uses it. People call my phone, or Councilman Ball, or Councilman Lewis' phone, or Councilman Gibbons' phone, and tell them. But most times folks don't want to do the text, anonymous text. Now it is anonymous. We don't know who sends it, but I don't think that John Q. Putnam believes that. So we can respond back and forth, but it's encrypted to show that it's not. But that being said, hey, just take that number I just gave you, and we'll hook them up. Anybody got anything else? All right, please be safe. Remember to be weather aware. Supposed to be storms tonight, and this weekend. So, any kind of motion to adjourn? There's a motion and second. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Have a good night.